They've been behind every exam week, every thesis defense, and every milestone along the way. As they grow into thinkers, leaders, and changemakers, we are right there with them, listening, learning, and leading. This is your space, your voice, your story, where parenthood, purpose, and community come together on air. This is ACE Spaces, Ateneo Parents in Action. Listen in, laugh with us, and journey alongside fellow Ateneo parents as we share stories of service, solidarity, and the magic in everyday parenting. ACE Spaces, your story, your voice, your space. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Coming up next, Seniors on Air Radio on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo Katipunan.
Radyo, 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 Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Sa Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan.
Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors on Air Radio. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in youth. SOAR, Seniors on Air, here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Welcome to Welcome to Seniors on Air, an episode on Radyo Katipunan. You can also find us on 87.9 FM within Ateneo Katipunan, RK 87.9 FM. You can also find us on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram at the handle at Radyo Katipunan, or search Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
So, uy, bakit siya lang natira sa utak mo?
Mas inuuna mo pa ba yan kesa sa sarili mo?
Hala, sino yan?
Sabihin ko pa ba? Kasi yung initial niya si academics.
Ay, sa mga ganyang bagay, hindi lang dapat puro siya ang iniisip mo. Kaya for today's episode, it's all about finding balance between our struggles, our well-being, our commitments, and of course, staying level-headed with the stuff that stresses us.
I'm DJ Ron.
I'm DJ Sonder.
And I'm DJ Lala, rounding out your hosts for today.
So, how are we guys feeling right now?
Well, enthusiastic, cautiously optimistic. I don't want to have too low expectations of myself,
Yeah, I agree. Same. I'm also very happy, but at the same time, I want to keep it in the middle.
So, honestly, I'm feeling pretty good right now. It's a Friday after all. Lots of stuff to look forward to with the weekend.
The weekend.
And
Yeah.
we finally have a break from all these ACADs. This first week feels like a shock. So, how about your wellness breaks? How were they? Did one go? Did they go well?
They did. Before the wellness break, I had a lot of this pressure on me, academic burnout. So those 7+ days, including the weekend, it gave me enough time to recharge, get my motivation back. And come Monday, I had enough energy, enough motivation to pursue my studies once again.
Yeah, that's the purpose of the break. As for me, my break was pretty productive. I got to do things that I liked, and I got to catch up on some sleep. Yeah, so it was very fun, honestly. What about you?
Honestly, relating, I finally completed the whole 8 hours this time.
Yay!
And it honestly felt really well. I was able to do the stuff I like, and I actually had my birthday last week, so that was
Happy
pretty
birthday.
nice.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. And lastly, I honestly didn't do a lot of schoolwork during that. There was
Yeah,
nothing.
it's a break.
Yeah, definitely was a wellness break for that matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, after the wellness break, it just kind of feels like the school was distracting us from all the tasks we were supposed to do. It was just all those projects, all that stress, and then a week of peace. And then come Monday, it's war again. We're back on the battlefield.
I agree. We got this whole week of break, and then Monday comes, and then it's a whole new set of requirements and stuff to do, So, yeah, it was very tough.
Very tough.
Yeah, coming back.
Yeah, that Monday really did feel like a shock in cold water, honestly. I was not prepared for any of this today.
An underlying thing, for me at least, in all of this is the fact that I came from a regular public school, for a junior high school. And having studied here for almost the full semester, my classmates know this. I've said this repeatedly, that I've been adapting to this new system, to this new change, new everything. But
Yeah.
what people may not know is I'm still adapting. It's November already. We started the academic year in July. There's a lot of this culture/work shock in this school, in this adapting process. But that's just me, What about you?
Yeah, at least, for me, I am also a transferee. I come from a public school as well, and at least I guess most of the people that are transferees can agree that, from the outside, Ateneo seems this big school, and once you come in, you will already know that it's gonna be hard to adjust. And at this point, I feel like it's gonna take me a whole school year to adjust.
Whole school year.
Yes. Until grade 12. You're gonna see me in grade 12, and who knows, I might still be transitioning. I might still be in the transition period of this. But you.
So, honestly, I came from the AJHS and AGS.
Sana all.
But it honestly wasn't all that. But to be fair, I did have a lot to expect from Ateneo Senior High School. Like, A-shape was pretty bad, and did not expect to get into STEM, but hey, I'm here. I'm kicking, but living is kind of the deal here, and not really surviving anymore. My mind is still in July, but it's already November. And
July or pre-July.
every project just feels like another excuse for me to just kick back, relax, and do the exact opposite of what my administrators tell me to do.
Let's
Yeah.
procrastinate.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's procrastinate, especially during the break, Yeah, so anyway, with all these stuff that stresses us, it can definitely take like a toll on our health and our well-being and such, especially in our motivation. So one, I think the break was very useful and it was very helpful for us students to at least unwind and spend time doing the things that we love, because it's a way to de-stress, right? So yeah, and also one thing that I really find admirable about people is that some of them do push through things despite their struggles. And, recently there was an influenza outbreak, diba?
There was.
Yes, there
Yeah,
was.
and I know a lot of students really struggled, but they still went to school to, to comply with the requirements, like the long tests, the quizzes, and such. What about you guys? Have you ever experienced that?
So, for me, I have a lot of friends from other strands from my old connections in junior high, and it was not very cool to know that some classes, like, for example, Gavan, had less than half of the people left in their class after that flu outbreak. And for me, I actually did it a lot right before the wellness break. It was like, I just need one more day. I just need to keep going until I finally reach that end point where I can just let go of everything. And it honestly feels like such a shocker that I did go through a week of school, because it was just long test after long test,
yeah.
late night after late night, and my brain just couldn't handle it anymore. How about you, DJ Ron?
I objectively had such an experience that I actually broke down a few times. I talked to the guidance counselor a bit, but if anything, I've learned through all of that stress, I've persevered through it, and it's that I'm just human, and I shouldn't be expecting for myself perfection. As efficient as I want to be, I'm just like this. I'm not God. That's what I'm trying to say. But of course, despite the fact that we're just limited, we have to acknowledge the fact that we're here for a purpose. No, we should at least try to be the better version of ourselves, at least every day.
Yes, because of course, no one is perfect, and at this point we should realize now, okay, I'm stressed and I need time to pause and reflect. And one question that you can actually, I think, at least works for most people is, why are we doing this in the first place? What motivates us to do this, to continue, to persevere, to push through struggles even though we feel like we can't take it anymore? And at least I think for students, like the last few weeks, their motivation was, okay, just one more day, just one more week, and it's gonna be health break. I'm gonna get one whole week of rest. What about you guys? What are your main motivations? Like, what do you tell yourself when you feel like, okay, I can't do this? What do you guys usually do to, just lighten up the mood and push through?
Well, I just tell myself I can do it. Because, we live in a world where the system rewards merit, genuinity, if you show potential. And if anything, this school has chosen us to be here because we have exactly that potential. So as much as we think that we're worthless, that we're like in this little bubble that's so full of negativity, that's a lie. We can do this. This suffering in terms of academics, it will be, in the worst case, temporary. And like you
Yes.
said, it might take you a year to adapt fully to the new Ateneo environment, but it will take just a year. Once you hit
Yes.
grade 12, you'll start getting those A pluses, right? Right?
Yeah, we hope so.
Hopefully, that's
Hopefully.
Yes,
Hopefully. I
hopefully.
wish that was the case, but honestly, the things that motivate me overall, it's like what you said. Just one more day, just one more day, just one more day.
Yeah.
The whole year is just one more day to the next year, right?
One more
Yes,
day.
yes.
And I have my reasons. For example, I do want to get into the colleges that I want. So if I slack off on grades, I won't really be able to do that. But it really does come to a point, you know.
It
And
does.
it really
It
does.
does.
And for the people that motivate me, I'd say firstly, of course, my parents. They're the ones who brought me all the way here. And they're the ones supporting me until now. Plus, not to mention all the friends I've made in senior and junior high. They're like my second family, honestly. And they give me all the motivation I need to keep going and just, one more day, one more
Yes.
day, one more day.
And that's also why it's very important na you know who you trust and who you surround yourself with, because the community that you belong to can really uplift you and do you good in terms of your well-being and your overall health, at least. Kasi of course, when you're stressed, you come to your parents, your family, your friends as your at least in a way your guiding light, because as stressed as they are still there, and they can offer you maybe not physical comfort, but through words and such, they can really uplift you, especially if your friends or your family are far away from you, or especially for dormers, I think. Yeah.
Can I add on to that point?
course,
'Cause,
Of course.
a misconception that I sometimes hear is that, these universities, UP, Ateneo, such toxic studying culture that everyone expects everyone else to be over here, and if you're over here, boo.
Yeah.
But, at least here in Ateneo, the community is actually a lot more, how can I say this, understanding, open-minded about that.
Yes.
That even though you're failing in terms of grades, that's just a snapshot of your progress in the past.
Yes.
And everyone knows that in this community. And everyone, to the best of their ability, helps each other out. And that is what I love about the community I'm part of right now.
Could I
Yeah.
add on to that?
Of course.
Yeah.
So, honestly, when I came into Ateneo Senior High, I thought all the other people I didn't know were out to kill me. I thought they were all out here to kill me, and honestly, it was the opposite of that. People are telling us that, ASHS is gonna be super competitive, you have to watch your back all the time. But I realized it's kind of the opposite. I feel like I did have a worse experience in junior high because it was
Really?
that competitive to get into ASHS. And now that I'm here, I just realized we're all just students. We're just trying to get through to the next day. We're all just trying to live with the struggles and the dreams that we hold.
Yeah, of course. I mean, dreams and your aspirations are the biggest influence on your motivation, right? And yeah, I think coming into ASHS and the senior high school, it's all healthy competition. If there's a sense of competition, it's healthy. It's not the toxic, and it's not, at least from what I've seen, it's not the kind that pushes others down just so others can get on top of them, Because also, time moves fast. We only have 2 years here in senior high, and I think one thing that we can remind ourselves with is that next month, next year, or maybe even next week, hindi na natin masyadong maalala yung mga things na ginawa natin. We won't remember what we did to review. We won't remember how many nights we stayed up late. It's at the end of the day or at the end of the school year, it's gonna be all about, what are the memories that we made in this class, in this school, and what made my 2-year stay here in the Ateneo Senior High School worth it. Because I know it's worth it. It's definitely worth it, right?
Yes. So, regarding that, honestly, in our stay in the Ateneo Senior High School, I still don't believe we're already a fourth through our entire stay. Like,
A
I
fourth.
just can't
For it.
imagine that right now. But with all the stress we're going through right now, I feel like it's important to talk about how we need to take care of ourselves too. Because if the ship is just sinking all the time, how are we gonna get to the other side? So, of course, we need to know how to take care of ourselves with, for example, our hobbies. So, what do you guys like to do? What do you do during your free time? And most importantly, how do you cope with your everyday?
Oh, I make the very fatal mistake of forgetting to take care of myself sometimes. I think all of us to an extent do that, and trust me, it's a very grave mistake. But sometimes I do take care of myself, and I remind myself that it's okay to be imperfect once again, but also I also have these other ways of having fun. You know, up until like a point, January this year, almost every night I would go on Discord, hop on VC, play any Roblox or Minecraft game with friends. That's true. Like it hit a peak in November last year. Then we had giveaways, but the server died, so that's gone now. Yeah. So yeah, I miss my friends. I really love them. But I guess I've been having fun on my own, but it's not as fun without them.
Yeah, again, it's all about the community you surround yourself with. It's the people you surround with because they can be very uplifting.
They can.
Yeah. As for me, I'm very into paper crafts. Yeah. I love paper crafts. Also, I've been into quilling because back in junior high, I was into quilling. Basically, quilling is like, it's also paper crafts. You just roll a bunch of paper strips and then you form shapes and designs with it. It's really cool. I like it. And yeah, that's what I do in my free time, you know, because also whenever I feel stressed, for example, Monday, and then the whole week is just a set of requirements, I make sure that I don't wallow in that stress or that I don't want to feel overwhelmed. If I'm gonna feel overwhelmed, I want it to happen on a Friday.
Friday?
Yes.
Why is that?
I'm going to build up all of the stress, so at least by Friday I can relax, right? Kasi it's the last day of the week, and with all these stress building up, you can finally let go because you have Saturdays and Sundays to build yourself up again and find your strength, you know, with families and friends and such. So that's usually what I do.
Okay. So for me, I honestly, there's a lot of movies in my backlog. Let's face it. I'm a letterbox person, so I have a lot of movies
What
to
is
watch. So it's just where you review your movies.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
It's like IMDb. And I've been waiting on watching Whiplash when I get home. I've been waiting for that for a long time. And maybe even The Menu. But my main priority really is playing games. I love that a lot.
yeah.
And I love going to the arcade. Super fun. And I get to do the things that I love. And I hang out with the people that I like. And speaking of which, so how are your support systems? You have any friends you can rely on? Have you made any friends here that are really important to you in the ASHS already?
Oh, yeah, I have. It's a really niche group of friends with a really special set of interests.
Okay.
You know, but
Yeah.
that's what unites us. That's what makes us just talk to each other at the back of the classroom, I guess. Yeah, we're really united. We sometimes talk and have fun at the IRH cafeteria of all places. Once again, it's a really niche group of friends I have here. I'm really grateful for them, though. You know, I'm quite close with them. I join them whenever it comes to like projects. You know, we have the upcoming art projects. We've been making fun of ourselves for the drawing of our concept board, and especially since our concept specifically it involves an artist. So we're supposed to kind of like cosplay, impersonate that artist.
Oh, it's interesting.
It's a woman. I could dress as that, I thought. But obviously that wouldn't play out as well as I would think it is.
So this interest has something to do with art and stuff.
Yeah, you know, a significant part of us are artists.
Oh, that's nice.
Except me.
Except you. But like,
Yeah.
it's the majority.
Not really a majority. It's just a niche, small community.
Okay.
That's it, me. What about you?
Oh, for me, I would consider, during the first few weeks we have this seating arrangement, and of course, since it's the first few weeks, we don't really know each other. So I was seated next to a classmate, and then she was seated with another classmate. So she was in the middle, and then, as time went on, we just got really close. Yeah, that's it. And they're very fun to be with.
Okay, so with all that, we got a lot of stresses and struggles to
Yeah.
deal with,
We
right?
do.
Yeah, we do.
It's never over, but still have a lot to look forward to, right?
Yeah, of course. For example, it's November and next month's December, who's defrosting again?
Mariah Carey.
Yeah. She's defrosting, and it's gonna be Christmas again, and it's time to unwind, to spend time with friends and families.
Thank God.
And
Indeed.
of course, the end of the sem. It's
Yes.
finally in reach. So let's keep going lang. Let's go. So
Yes.
remember that your grades matter, but they're not necessarily all of you. And of course, we can always make bawas sa next sem. Pero
Yes.
That's
pag
what
gusto
they
niya
say.
pa mag-relapse sa kanya,
Yeah, we talked about our motivations. What keeps us going through all of that academic distress? But I want to mention one more. Something that's been plaguing my mind for several years now.
Several years.
Personally, that
Seriously?
feeling when you work through the stress for a better future para sa inyong dalawa. Para balang araw, makasayaw ko siya nang walang takot sa ilalim ng ulan. Here is Sa Ilalim ng Ulan by the Ateneo Music Industry Organization.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan,
O sinta, kay ganda ng bahaghari na sumisilip sa kalangitan. Tila bang humihiling, nananaginip, siya'y bigyan ng daan. Hindi ba parang tayo nananaig sa itim at puti na mundo? Kailan kaya matitikman ang kalayaang sumayaw sa ilalim ng ulan nang walang takot, walang alinlangan? Kailan kaya matatanaw mga mata ng pag-ibig habang tayo'y sumasayaw? Tila mga ibong nagliligawan, malaya sa ilalim ng ulan, sa ilalim ng ulan.
O sinta, bawat araw nasasabik sa kakaisip, nakatingin ka ba sa kalawakan, nananalangin balang araw sabay nating mapagmasdan. Hindi ba parang tayo umakapit sa pangakong binibitawan sa kawalan? Binibitawan sa ilalim ng ulan, sa ilalim ng ulan. Dumaan man ang ilang bagyo, ikaw pa rin nananatili sa isip at puso.
Sa muling pagsikat ng araw, bahaghari muling matatanaw. Tanda ng pangakong ikaw, ikaw pa rin bukas, ang tangi kong kasayaw. Kaya ngayon natin sulitin ang kalayaang sumayaw. Sa ilalim ng ulan, wala nang takot, walang alinlangan.
Masdan aking mga mata, pangakong di ka bitawan.
Kailanman habang tayo'y sumasayaw, tila mga ibong naglilikuan, malaya sa ilalim ng ulan,
Nag-iibigan
sa ilalim ng ulan, sa ilalim ng ulan.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle. Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors On Air Radio. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in youth. SOAR, Seniors On Air, here on Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that was Sa Ilalim ng Ulan. And if you've been paying attention, you'll notice that all of these songs are from the Ateneo Music Industry Organization. So let's continue to show them some love as we welcome our guests for today's episode, our ASHS Strand Vice Chairs. Yay! Thank you for joining us today. So if you could please introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone, I'm Keisha Gonzalez, the GA Strand Vice Chair.
Hello, I'm Mara Del Rosario, the Hume Strand Vice Chair.
And last but not least, I am DJ Diva.
And I am DJ Cutie.
And we are your hosts for this segment.
Okay, so to start our little segment today, let's start with a little kamustahan. How are you guys today? Especially since it's the end of the week na, and you know, we're all unloading from all of that academic stress, especially coming back from sem break.
For me, I'm really happy that it's finally Friday na. Especially, it's the first week after our sem break, and I'm pretty happy that this week was also like a very chill week for us.
I'm so thankful it's Friday, guys.
Yes!
As the first week of being SBC, very culture shocking, syempre, but in a way, if you love what you're doing, it's really fun. Yun.
So seeing how the election results were released fairly recently, so we like to ask, like, how has the whole process been? Like, how has the whole election journey and like application been?
Okay, for me, basically mine just started this week, like my onboarding and everything, because we really took the time to rest during sem break. And honestly, it's nakakapanibago for me because obviously, like, the workload, it's not yet that heavy, but it's something new from what I'm usually used to this school year. And yeah, I'm just really happy, and I'm getting the hang of it right now.
Same goes for me. Yes, nakakapanibago siya, but I really get to enjoy what I do. And for my election season, it wasn't the smoothest road, but I pushed through and I really don't regret it.
Okay, period. So, congratulations to you guys for being elected as strand vice chairs for your respective strands. So, since you're now SVC, how are you juggling that with your academic workload? Because as we all know, our academic workload is so heavy, and alongside being SVC, you have so many responsibilities. Are you feeling burnt out? How are you juggling it?
Again, nakakapanibago yung bagong setup namin, but I fear for the first week, it's really gonna be nakakapagod. Yes, there were times that I felt so burnt out from everything, and we've already, it wasn't really, like, we already had our onboarding last week. So this week talaga, diretso projects na kami. So talagang burnt out for the first week. But I know that within a few weeks, I'll be able to adjust and I'll be able to adapt into the new system.
For me naman, since this week is like my first week, and this week lang rin namin ginawa yung onboarding, which is like we did yesterday lang. We didn't really go to our projects yet, so it's pretty much chill for me muna. But like balancing it with like the academic workload right now, I'm trying to learn how to manage my time well and like stop with the bad habits of me like procrastinating and stuff like that, because it's really important for me to take breaks in between everything, because I'm gonna get burnt out really fast if I don't.
All right, we see. So, have you ever seen something similar to your strand mates, like burnout from all of this academic workload we have? Kasi we have so many subjects, and we're in senior high now, so arguably, we do have to take things a lot more seriously since we're going into college. And if you do see these experiences within your strand mates, how do you feel like as an SVC, how can you help them?
Siguro for me, I could see this in my strand, especially because for my class at least, we're mostly student athletes, so that's where I could see like the similarities, because a lot of them would complain in the morning that like they're really tired from morning training or like the training during the afternoon, and then plus the academic workload pa nga, especially like with the group works and stuff. So it's really hard. So that's where I see like the similarities, and that's where I get really inspired to like do something to help them, because I know what they're going through, and I know that you could relate to one another, and so that's why so I'm trying to do something and to help them, and like if I can help them with ACADS and help them with the lessons when like they don't get it, ganon.
Yung napansin ko sa Humes, very tired kami, but in a way, we learn how to cope with it with one another. Like for Hurtado, shout out to Hurtado. Even if sobrang pagod na kami, like kanina nung stat prop, grabe, antok na kami. We still manage to cope. We learn how to be there for one another when times get rough. And that's what I really appreciate about this strand. Not only to my class, but I've noticed as well to other Humes classes. They are there for one another, and that's what I really love with them.
So yeah, we can really see the perseverance of the Ateneo students. So considering all of this, like ang daming factors ng stress, like nagmimix na din yung involvements with academic workload. So do you think there's any like consequences of like all of this, like heavy stress, a lot of work to do? Do you think there's any consequences? And like, do you really see that within the strand?
I feel like the biggest consequence, the biggest mistake, honestly, the biggest mistake you could have is not taking care of yourself despite everything you want to do, everything your aspirations. I believe it's important to take care of yourself while doing what you love and doing the things you're obligated to do. It's okay to take a break, and it's okay to not be perfect.
I think the biggest consequence could be yun nga, yung mababurn out ka, and sometimes you really can't like avoid getting burnt out, especially if you're really passionate about something. Paminsan like sumasobra ka na rin to the point na like you don't know how to control the passion in you, and that's usually the case rin. That's why siguro yun nga yung biggest mistake that one could do is yung hindi mo na ma-control yung passion mo to the point na mapapagod ka in doing something that you love na rin. So yeah.
Okay. So, with that in mind, do you think there is a toxic work culture in Ateneo? Like, example, Di ko nga maalam kung naririnig mo sa boses ko ngayon. Pero medyo may sakit ako. But I still went to school because I have so many tasks to do. I had I had SOAR today, and then I had CLE presentation. So I still forced myself to come to school. And I know so many of our strand mates, not just our strand mates either, but our batchmates and even our seniors, they still push through going to school even though they're extremely sick because they have so many long tests and midterms is coming up. So what do you think about that kind of work culture?
Feel ko, it's not more on like the environment, or like it's not really like a toxic culture, but more on like how we are to ourselves, like how we treat ourselves. Kasi maybe it's because of like the high expectations you have for ourselves, or it's also maybe because like it's hard to catch up rin kasi in school, like kapag for example you're sick and then you have missed test, like ang dami mo rin kailangan gawin para lang makahabol ka. So I think that's one thing that students are trying to avoid rin because it's like extra hassle pa on top of like what they do every day. So yeah.
Honestly, nasabi na niya lahat. And I can agree na even though we are so tired, I still see some of our students continuing to push through with everything, even if halatang pagod na. And I feel like that's something we should learn how to limit. We should learn how to limit ourselves, and we should learn how to take care of ourselves talaga.
So one of the school's values is cura personalis. So do you think that how do you think that we can practice that more moving forward, especially being that a lot of us are getting sick and still continuing to go to school, risking our health, risking our classmates' health din. So parang how do you think we can take care of ourselves more?
I think it's helpful if you figure out an activity or something that would at least give yourself a break. Kahit na it doesn't necessarily have to like go home and like rest, but like as simple as going out with your friends or just something that like recharges you. I think that's already embodying cura personalis in a way. Kasi yun nga, like you're trying your best to at least take a break and give yourself a breather.
Yes, and also I would like to add on what Keisha's saying. I feel like for me, the most important thing is to be there for my family as well, even if I'm going through so much stuff alone. I think it's important for me to also check up on them. And in a way, when I'm just with my family, I'm able to just be myself, take a break, ask how they are, and they're also asking how I'm doing.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, since we're on the topic of cura personalis, obviously, we just recently had our cura personalis week. So, of course, speaking about cura personalis, shout out to Fontura.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, speaking about cura personalis week, this is the school's initiative for students to unwind from their academic stress. And did you guys notice that the students were more free, they were more happy? Do you guys have any like projects or initiatives similar to cura personalis week for your own strand, so that they may unload from the heavy burden of being a senior high student?
I'm not sure if I can say it, but we have an upcoming project for the student council, and it's very similar to Career Personalis Week. But I'm gonna be safe, and I will not disclose any information.
Insider scoop you can only get if you listen to APCO.
Yes.
I think similar in to Mara's answer, for my strand at least, we're trying to make another event that's also similar to Career Personalis Week, but is more focused on our strand. And same as Mara, I don't want to spoil rin naman our strand mates
Secret.
with the events, because obviously para surprise ganyan. But yeah, that's like a sneak peek lang of like what plans we're having soon.
Wow. So, may insider information na pala kami. You guys
May
have to tune into
nakikinig, alam
APCO.
nyo na.
Yes.
So speaking of work culture or like student culture in general, like we'd like to ask, like so far, what has been your favorite moment now with your strand or like with your classmates?
It's that stat prob lesson. Every time we have stat prob, it's always gonna be at the end of our day eh. So, alam mo yun, lutang na kami. But, alam mo yun, tawang-tawa pa rin kami sa lahat. But, even if we're so lutang, we still get to do the lesson. Gets? Like,
Yeah.
kung may example or may question, nasasagot pa rin namin eh. So, I think that's so fun.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Buti pa kayo sa Fontura. Pag lutang na sila, lahat kami lutang na talaga.
Feel ko, like, ganun yun yung Debrito. Shout out, Debrito. Because, like, we're consisted of people that's, like, very outgoing. So, even if, for example, individually, pagod na kami, in class, like, we're really, really, like, noisy and, like, very alive. As in, like, even if, for example, like, mahirap yung lesson, we still get to do it, but at the same time, like, we're having fun with the teacher and we're bonding with each other. And so I think that's, yun yung, like, one of my favorite moments every day na I get to, like, see yun.
Hoy, narinig ko yun. Sinasabi ng ibang teacher, ang fun daw ng Debrito.
Kami naman sa Grande, everyone's saying that we are like the quietest Hume section daw.
Oo
Like,
nga.
everyone's saying we're so mysterious. Pero parang hindi naman. Kasi for me, parang ingay pa rin namin. Like, we probably have the most musicians in one section. And so for me, like, I really feel like our class has a bond talaga. Especially same din sa problem solving. Like, we have moments of teamwork din. Especially kapag may mga LT coming up or may quiz. Like, nag-share na kami ng notes. Like, nag-huddle na kami ng, nagkaka-prayer circle moment pa nga kami na parang, papasa kami. Ganon.
Alam nyo, at first, I also thought Grande was so quiet. Pero when I got to know them, like, to the mini kamustans and everything, ang bait nila. I love them a lot. Yeah.
Mysterious. Pero pag lagi ako nandun sa Grande, ang OA nyo.
Kaya nga, maingay talaga kami. So, you should really get to know more of Grande.
Yes. Speaking of getting to know each other, I know that our respective strands have had a lot of getting to know each other activities to like unload, to connect, to make to make good friends within your strand. So, do you guys have any plans for future activities like that? Because of course, we're going to the second semester na, so at this point, we're supposed to like kind of know each other. But you guys still have plans to initiate friendship building like that?
Guys, I think na-announce naman sa Humes na we're also gonna be having another Humes Salo-Salo, pero it's gonna be within your, it's interstrand, interclass pala. Yes, so that's gonna be happening this December, and it's just basically a part 2 of our Humes Salo-Salo. So I'm very excited for that.
For GA naman, again, hindi ko pa siya ma-disclose kasi like, it's
Na-announce na namin eh, so...
Hindi pa namin na-announce kaya ayaw ma-spoil. Pero siguro yun nga, with the projects that I mentioned kanina, built-in na rin doon yung like connection, like class per class. Kasi yun yung like, palaging nasasabi sa amin ng mga class na we want more time to bond with the other classes. Because obviously, sa first sem, parang puro like within the class yung mga interactions. So parang now naman, we want na the different classes have connections with one another. So yun yung parang focus namin for second sem.
Sige, kasi friendship is magic naman. Sinasabi ni Twilight Sparkle.
My little pony. So before we end this segment, we'd like to ask you guys to, if you could give us a piece of advice, like to anyone, maybe to the strand, to your classmates, about like moving forward, like taking care of yourself and towards the academic workload. What's your piece of advice?
Closing statement ha, not dying statement.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. Ito yung like palagi kong sinasabi, not only to like others but also to myself, but to really take it one day at a time talaga. Kasi when you tend to think of the future too much, ma-overwhelm ka talaga. Kasi obviously like malawak yung future. So, ayun nga, like, take it one day at a time and don't pressure yourself too much. But at the same time, don't be so chill to the point na you're being too lenient on the people around you. And learn how to appreciate yourself and know na you yourself also have to take breaks once in a while. So, yeah.
I would like to say this.
Ano ba na? Kaya mo yan, girl.
Okay, basically, love what you're doing. That's it. Even if there's so much going on, if there's criticism you face, learn to love what you're doing and be firm with what you do despite everything that's happening with you. Yes.
I love that.
I love that.
Don't love your job, job your love.
Wow! Okay, and that wraps up our discussion. I'd like to thank our wonderful SVCs for joining us despite the many responsibilities they hold, not only in academics but also for their strand. And now, everybody, let us say thank you and goodbye to our SVCs, Mara Del Rosario and Keisha Gonzalez. Bye-bye. Safe trip, ingat.
So yeah, before we end this episode, let's have one more song. And this one really reminds me of our SBCs who left just now. And for me, they are the people we can really rely on in the batch. I mean, in the strand pala. And I would go so much as to say that they are the backbone. No, I think that they are maybe the lifeline. This is Lifeline.
So
place I can even follow. Oh, how will I know? How will I know? How will I know if you're still there? Oh, darling, why'd you leave so soon? Why leave so soon?
Well, this has been Through Sick and Thin, service from students to SVCs. Let me give a quick shout out to the great class of 11 Meyer, De La Paz High School, and of course, anyone going through academic pressure right now. You got this.
Shout out to Fontura! Kaya nyo yan!
Shout out to the mysterious section of Grande. Shout out to the bad gals, and shout out to my ajumas.
Quick shout out to the class who gives the real in Realino.
Quick shout out to the best STEM section, 11 Perez. Visit the Better Photo booth at Perspective at room 213.
Now, this has been an episode of SOAR, featuring DJ Ron,
DJ Cutie,
DJ Diva,
DJ Lala.
And DJ Sonder.
and remember, y'all, you hear it? It's APCO!
Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors On Air Radio. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in youth. SOAR, Seniors On Air, here on Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.